Hi. Today I have the pleasure of introducing you to a very unique tree. It occurs in many of our moist or mesic woodlands in Ohio. It's pawpaw. It's really known for this fruit, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, let's start with the leaves. Pawpaw leaves are simple and alternate, so you'll notice the leaves alternate sides. These simple leaves can be rather large. They can be up to 11 inches in length and as small as 5 inches in length. A unique characteristic of these leaves is that they're broader near the tip than they are at the base. Most trees' leaves are broader at the base than they are at the tip. So that's a little unique. A real dark green, beautiful foliage on pawpaw. Another really unique ID characteristic of pawpaw are these terminal buds. Terminal buds are the buds that occur on the tip of the twig. These are unique in that they're naked. There are only a few woody plants that have naked buds. What do I mean by naked? They're not covered. Most buds are covered by some kind of scales or coverings. With pawpaw, what you're actually looking at when you zoom in closely are next year's foliage. They're actually the leaves that are pre-formed, and when the growing conditions get right in the spring, they'll expand and become leaves. The unique thing about these buds, they're very velvety and hairy. They're typically a little darker brown than what we're seeing this year. These are almost a golden color. But if you look closely, you can see that they are next year's leaves. Further back on the twigs, we'll have some smaller buds, and then occasionally you're going to have these bigger rounded buds. These rounded buds are actually the flower buds that will form the flowers in the spring next year. They occur before the leaves occur, and so you'll have bare twigs with flowers hanging on them in the early spring. These flowers are dark in color with yellow centers. They're kind of a maroon or purplish color. They're actually pollinated by flies. They do occur very early in the spring. In some years they get hit by frost, making it pretty hard to find many pawpaws. This year we did have one of those late frosts, but fortunately some of the flowers made it through, and we do have some pawpaws on this tree. So what are pawpaws? They're these fruits that can be much larger than this actually, maybe twice that long and almost twice as big around. They tend to be in clusters up in the tree. When they ripen, they'll fall down, and wildlife love them. They'll go away pretty quickly. They do have relatively large, hard seeds, but the pulp of this pawpaw fruit is wonderful for making a variety of things. Probably most of you are familiar with pawpaw bread. You can make a banana type bread out of it, but you can make numerous other food products out of it. And the Pawpaw Festival that just occurred last weekend in Athens is a great place to go explore things like pawpaw colada and other pawpaw products. So again, this is pawpaw. It tends to be a clonal tree. It'll grow in clumps or clusters. It'll sprout from the roots and tends to spread out. If it's in too much dense shade, you typically don't get pawpaws that are produced. If it gets a little bit more shade, happens to be along an edge like this, you can produce these pawpaws. I'm looking forward to some of these becoming ripe so that we can try to make some pawpaw bread this year. Thanks, and have a great day.